Hello, good day everyone, and welcome back to my playthrough of Pokemon Brilliant Diamond. Those of you who watched the last episode will note that we rejoin here at a different point to where we left off in the last episode. Last episode we left off in Floaroma Town, now we find ourselves back in Jubilife City. Why? There's one small thing that I missed that we had to do whilst we were here. So if you come into the Jubilife TV station, and we come through here, and we go all the way up to the 3rd floor, there is someone we need to speak to. So if you speak to this gentleman here, I gave him the wrong answers earlier. If you speak to him again, you can give him the option with everyone happy Wi-Fi connection. If you get more options on that, just select that option, and what he'll give you as a reward is he'll give you the option to receive mystery gifts. Now, why is this important? So mystery gift is basically a way you can receive items or Pokemon, for example, over the internet. If you bought your game before the 21st of February, you can actually use mystery gift, and then you click get via internet, and you can actually receive an interesting pair of gifts. The first of which we'll see in a moment. So you see here I have one clothing gift and one Manaphy egg gift. So I'm actually going to receive this Manaphy egg gift because there's a fair chance that I'll use this as my water type once it's hatched, as it is quite a strong Pokemon. So water type of course, so I'll definitely give that a go. For now anyway, it's going to stay in my party until I decide to hatch and use it basically. The other gift I got is just this clothing gift here. I'm not going to go into details about clothing right now, I'm just going to receive the gift and then carry on. If you also pre-ordered the game, you'll have a code for 12 quick balls. In order to use that, rather than clicking get via internet, just click get with code/password, type in your code and you'll get 12 quick balls. So just here I'm going to put the egg into my party just so that the steps start counting, and it should hatch eventually when we run around a lot, so keep an eye out for that. Anyway, so for now I'm going to quickly take us back to Floaroma Town and we'll carry on where we left off. Okay, here we are, we're back in Floaroma Town. Apologies for the small interlude, but we'll carry straight on from the story now. If you move east from Floaroma Town, you'll see that there is this path here into Route 205. First thing you'll see is 2 berry trees, so we'll take both of those. I believe it's 2 Chesto berries and 2 Pecha berries. Chesto berries healing paralysis, Pecha healing poison. As we continue down the road, we meet this girl here who tells us that her father works at the Valley Windworks, and some men dressed as space aliens have basically taken him hostage. Of course, that will be the team that we met earlier, Team Galactic. We'll see here there is a fella guarding this door, but first off we're going to quickly show you the couple of new Pokemon that are available in this area. First of which is this here, this is Pachirisu. We saw these in the previous episode in the double battle with Liv and Liz. So these are now obtainable for yourself. Pachirisu's electric type, not particularly strong but extremely fast. So of course we're going to quickly capture this. There we go, easily done. I'm actually going to cut between all the different Pokemon that are available and talk through as and when I come up against them, basically. Oh, but first, Psyduck wants to learn a new move. No, I don't think I'll learn the move Disable, thank you. And Staravia also went up a level. Handy. So Pachirisu it stores its own furballs that crackle with static electricity, together with its favourite berries in tree hollows. It's not something I'm going to use, so I'm just going to dump it straight in the box. Right, now hopefully we can find the second Pokemon on our list? Indeed we can. So yeah, this is the second new Pokemon available in this area. This is a Shellos. So Shellos is a water type that can be found in 2 different forms. It's a pretty decent Pokemon actually to begin with. Its evolution, Gastrodon, is a water and ground type, which is an interesting typing. Obviously makes it more effective to water types and gives it a 4 times weakness to grass types. However, it does remove the water type's vulnerability to electric, so it can be a pretty decent choice if you're looking for a water type in your party. There is, however, in exactly this route, another option for water type which is pretty strong, and if I wasn't going to use the Manaphy from the Manaphy egg, would probably be my choice for a water type. First off is Shellos. Its colours and shapes differ from region to region. In the Sinnoh region, 2 types are confirmed. So I believe the 2 different versions are available between Sword and Shield. Each one has a different version. So I run around here and I'll quickly cut when I find the last one. There we go. So yeah, this is Weasel. So Weasel is the final new Pokemon available in the grass here. Its evolution, Floatzel, is a very, very good water type Pokemon with extremely high speed and serviceable special attack. So if you're looking for a water type, you could definitely do a lot worse than a Floatzel. So yeah, I'll capture this for now, and that'll be the last new Pokemon available in the grass in this area. Which means we can now proceed with facing off against Team Galactic and trying to rescue the father of the girl we saw earlier on. So Weasel, when air fills the flotation sac on its neck, the sac balloons like an inner tube. This Pokemon floats with its head out of the water. Again, as we're using Manaphy, I'm not gonna use this or Shellos, but yeah, both of those are definitely good choices. So if you're around here, you'll see there's this bloke here who tries to ward us out of the Valley Windworks by forcing us to have a battle with him. I believe he uses a Pokemon we haven't seen yet. Indeed he does, he uses a Glameow. The Glameow is a Pokemon quite commonly used by Team Galactic members, well, it and its evolution. It's just a normal type, so it's pretty easy to defeat if you have a Pokemon that knows fighting type anyway. So we'll just use Power Up Punch and we'll take this down easily in one hit. Evidently he's not too impressed by his Glameow either. Once you've defeated this grunt, he doesn't actually take his defeat with much grace. What he actually does is he'll run inside the Valley Windworks and he'll lock the door behind him, claiming that he's no longer the loser. So what you have to do now is you have to go and find the key. What he said is it was with the other 2 up in Floaroma Town. So we're going to grab this potion off to the right and then run back to Floaroma Town and have a quick hunt for the 2 grunts that were up by the flower patch. So if we just head up here to the northwestern side, you'll see that the 2 grunts that were there earlier have now moved out the way. So we can come up here and you'll find both of them stood here interrogating this man, asking for his honey. So once we interrupt them, we'll have to battle them one by one. So they say the reason they're after the honey is they want to use it to attract Pokemon in great numbers, feeling like this will benefit their team. But once they recognise that you're there, they need to battle you in order to ensure you stay quiet. It would have been a lot easier if this was just a double battle, but yeah, you have to battle them one by one. The first trainer is pretty simple, particularly if you have a flying or fire type, as both of his Pokemon are bug type. Either way, they're not particularly strong. So in the case of this Wurmple, simple Ember will take it out in one shot. And then his second Pokemon is actually something we haven't yet seen. So the next one that he sends out is I believe it's a Silcoon. So I'm actually going to switch over. Actually, no, I won't. Yeah, I won't switch over. Sorry, I'll carry on with Monferno just because it's easy to take out. I was debating switching over to Staravia, but why not? Monferno will easy to take it out in one. Not much XP as they're only level 9, so they're not particularly strong. This is why I'm going to be stuck as a grunt forever. Well, you will if you use rubbish Pokemon like that. Then the second grunt says that he's up next, and that as his cohort has weakened us, it'll give him the edge. Though considering he didn't hit a single attack, I don't think we are particularly weak. And he just uses a Zubat. So it's a fairly easy battle to win. In our case, just another Ember should take it out in one, if not two. It'll take two just about, because this one's level 11. Yeah, not particularly strong, so you should win easily. So with that battle, I believe... Oh, not quite. I was about to say I believe Abra gets to level 16, but not quite. If only I had some decent Pokemon. Yeah, you're right. One Zubat's definitely not going to cut it around here. So once you've defeated these, they say that we're extremely tough, and then they flee back to the Valley Windworks, leaving behind an item on the floor. Oh, what's this thing? They seem to have forgotten it. It's a works key. It must be for the Valley Windworks. It's of no use to me. You may as well have it. And there we go, we've obtained the works key. So we'll now be able to unlock that door that the grunt locked after we defeated him. That's not all this man's done given us. What he'll also give us is a jar of his honey. And you can also keep coming back and speaking to him in order to purchase more honey. So actually I will buy a couple more jars of honey, probably 20 I think, just to make sure we have enough for all the trees that are going to be coming up soon. So honey trees work very interestingly in Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, the same as they did in Diamond and Pearl. So the encounters are split between normal encounters, rare encounters, and very rare. Normal encounters have a chance of being either a Wurmple, a Silcoon or Cascoon, depending on your version, a Combee, a Burmy, a Cherubi, or an Apom. Rare encounters, which only happen around 20% of the time, are split between Combee, Burmy, Cherubi, Apom, Wurmple, and also Heracross. And then the final encounter, which is very rare, it's only 1% chance, and only on 4 trees out of the 21 on the entire map, you could get a Munchlax. And then there's also a 9 to 10% chance that you will encounter nothing at all. So we'll slather honey on all the trees we can find and see if we get anything good from them. One thing to note is that you can't just slather honey on a tree and then move your Switch's game clock forwards in order to have the Pokemon generate. You actually have to wait a full 6 hours. If you skip the clock forward, you'll block any encounters, time-based encounters, for 24 hours. So it's advised not to do that. If we head down Route 25, you will see that we can now access the Valley Windworks. You'll also recognise this orange tree off to the right as being another one of the possible honey trees. So we'll put the honey on the bark here and then we'll crack on. So now we have the works key, we can just break straight in and get in instantly. Easy. What? No way! You have the key! Locking the door was meaningless. I am the loser in this after all. This is no time for self-pity. I've got to alert the commander. So that gives us a little hint of what's to come. We're actually going to meet the commander of Team Galactic. If we head off to the right here, we'll see there's nothing here apart from a vending machine. And vending machines in this game, unfortunately, do not distribute fresh water or lemonade, etc., which was useful items in previous games. If you then head off to the left and loop round up here, there is one Team Galactic grunt. He just uses another Silcoon, which is very weak and should be very easy to take out. So again, Silcoon is just another bug type Pokemon, so very easy to defeat. And there we go, we'll see that we now have an experience for Abra to reach level 16. And for those of you familiar with Abra, he finally will stop being a useless member in our team, as level 16 now means that he will evolve, as you'll see in a second. What? Abra is evolving. And there we go, new member of our team. Useful to have a psychic type. He will probably stay in my team potentially for the foreseeable future. Probably not for the entire game though, but we'll stay in for the foreseeable future. Cadabra, if one is nearby, an eerie shadow appears on TV screens. Seeing the shadow is said to bring bad luck. And on top of that, he also learns Confusion, so he finally has a damage dealing move. He also is a second stage Pokemon. His final evolution, Alakazam, for those unaware, is only obtainable by trading. So if you intend to fully to use Cadabra and its tree fully, you will have to find a friend or someone who you can trade your Cadabra with and trade back in order to evolve it. Continuing around here, you find another trainer. This one here, again, not very strong, still using bug types. First up, he uses a Wormpool, and then second up uses a Glameow, two Pokemon we're already familiar with. And that's that one easily dealt with. A little bit more XP. Because we're so highly leveled, unfortunately the XP we're getting is not particularly great, but it all helps chip away. And you'll see that those levels will come in handy in a minute with the battle we're about to have. If we head off to the left here, we see a new character we haven't seen before. It's highlighted as the Commander. It says that people don't understand what they do, and that we don't understand either. So if we battle them, if we win, Team Galactic will leave. If we lose, they'll stay. And this is Commander Mars of Team Galactic. The first Pokemon that I believe is a she, that she sends out, is a Zubat. Again, we've fought enough of these already. However, you will note that it's not any old Zubat. The Zubat is level 14, so it's quite a strong Zubat. Saying that, after one attack we have taken away half its health. Although a Supersonic is not ideal, as that one I'll have us confused. What do you think you're doing to my Pokemon? Seems an odd phrase to say, seeing as they challenged me to a battle, but okay. Thankfully we get through the confusion and use a second Ember, and that's Zubat taken out. However, that might not be the blessing it looks, as Commander Mars' second Pokemon is extremely strong. So the second Pokemon is a Perugly or a Perugly. This is the evolved form of Glameow, so faces the same weakness to fighting, which we will use here. Unfortunately, it opens with a Fake Out, so which does damage and causes us to flinch. It then hits us with a Scratch, so that shows that as they moved first, that Perugly is actually faster than my Monferno, which isn't easy, as Monferno is fairly fast. It doesn't take us out straight away though, and we hit it with a power-up punch. However, it's also holding a berry, which allows it to restore some of its health. However, I don't think it's restored enough to stop us from taking it out next turn, provided we can get through the confusion, which we do. And there we go, that's Perugly taken out. I'd recommend, therefore, using something with a strong type advantage, or your highest level Pokemon, because that Perugly is fast and it is strong, so you need to be careful around it. Following that battle, Monferno has actually leveled up, and he now has his first Fire-type physical move in Flame Wheel. We don't really use Taunt and have no use for it, so I think we're going to swap Taunt out for Flame Wheel. The one benefit of that Perugly is it gives us a lot of experience, so quite a few levels up there, which is handy. Stravia and Psyduck haven't had a lot of rollouts recently, but we might have to give them a shot, and that's Commander Mars defeated. So he says he enjoyed our battle, but deal's a deal. That clears Team Galactic out of Route 205 and the Valley Windworks. And we get to speak to this professor. So apparently they were gathering Pokemon and energy to try and create a new universe, which is interesting, but apparently it even made no sense to the scientist. He says he can finally see his daughter again, and right on cue she comes running straight in. And apparently he needs a shower. So, following that interaction, they thank us for making Team Galactic go away, and interestingly, also mention that the balloon Pokemon will come back again. What that means is that you can now face off against a Drifloon in this area. If you come outside this door, this area here, on a Friday, right in around this spot, a Drifloon will appear. If you defeat a Team Galactic on a Friday, you have to wait until the following Friday. But if you defeated Team Galactic on any other day, if you come back on Friday, a Drifloon will be sitting outside Valley Windworks. One thing not to do is to skip your clock forward, similar to the honey. If you skip your clock forward, you actually block this from happening for at least 24 hours, as in real hours. So yeah, don't skip your clock forward, because it'll just cost you more time than it's worth. So now we can access Route 205 with Team Galactic out of the way. We'll come up here and we'll face off against our first battle. This is Camper Jacob, who uses a Pokemon we haven't seen before, which is a Ponyta. So in previous versions of Diamond and Pearl, this would be in almost everyone's team, as if you didn't pick Infernape, it was pretty much the only fire type available in the game. Being level 14 as well, it's fairly strong, so you can notice that this route, the levels of all the trainers have kicked up a little notch, which is good because we were starting to struggle for XP. So once you've defeated this trainer, you can carry on through. It's worth noting that on this route there actually aren't any newly available Pokemon. It's exactly the same as what you saw at Valley Windworks. Pachirisu, Bidoof, Weasel, Shellos in the grass, and then if you use the old rod, it's still 100% Magikarp. Continuing on then, just underneath this hiker, there is an X attack. The hiker uses 4 Pokemon we've seen before. He has 2 Geodudes, a Machop, and a Bidoof. If you come up here, you'll face off against this trainer who is called Camper Zachary, and he only uses a Geodude, so it's pretty simple to defeat. I'm actually going to swap my team around a little bit here, use Staravia for a bit, as they haven't really had much of a run out. Continuing backwards then, if you go to the right here, you'll find this trainer here, who is Aroma Lady Elizabeth, and she only uses one Pokemon, which is a Budew. Moving north here, you'll find up on this ledge, if I can find the right spot, there is an item, there we go, there's an antidote, which is invisible, but about in the centre of that ledge. Up here, actually I'm not going to continue up here yet, I'll continue on the right hand path for now. So if you continue up through this grass, there's another trainer just here, if I can catch their eye, which is called Picnicker Sienna, and she uses a Shinx and a Pachirisu, both level 12. North of her there are two berry trees, one containing 2 Oran berries, and the other berry tree containing 2 Pecha berries. And just to the west of these berry trees there is another item laying on the floor. If you run over here, look, under the bridge, you'll find a Pokeball lying there. There's no more to progress this way because there's a ledge in the way, so you have to continue back the way you came. And if you continue up on this upper path and go north, you'll find there's another hiker here. This hiker is called Hiker Nicholas, and he only uses one Pokemon, which is an Onix. Continuing north, there are yet more trainers. The first one is this trainer here, but first you can grab the Repel just to her left. This trainer here is called Battle Girl Kelsey. She again only uses one Pokemon, which is a Machop, level 15. And last but not least is this trainer just to the north of Battle Girl Kelsey. I will play through the battle of this one as well. This is Picnicker Sienna. And you'll see here she uses a Piplup, which is interesting because it's the first time we've seen another trainer use one of the Stars Pokemon, other than our 2 rivals. So we'll just play through this. Let Staravia have a quick run out, as we haven't seen much of him fighting in any of the videos yet so far, so why not? You can see he's actually surprisingly strong. 1 wing attack, almost fully defeated this level 14 Piplup. So quite happy with that. And that's the last of the trainers for this route. Cadabra up to level 18, nothing new as of yet. And I believe we've also found all of the items so far. Oh no, there's a super potion just down here, just to the south of this ledge. So if you come down here, grab that, and then you can proceed back north. Within this house, there's nothing to be seen. There's just one bug catcher talking about Eternal Forest. And then there's this lady here who will fully heal your Pokemon in advance of proceeding to the next route. So if you speak to her, she'll heal everything up. Coming out of here, if you then proceed round and up to the north, you'll see that there's a bug catcher stood in front of a forest and a path off to the east. If you come up here, you'll notice we can't continue without the HM move cut. So yeah, we can only go into Eternal Forest, which we will do in the next episode. Hope you've enjoyed this run through of Valley Windworks, the fights with Team Galactic, our first proper battle with their commander, and also the rest of Route 205. If you have enjoyed, please drop a like, subscribe, and give me some feedback comments if possible. Anyway, hopefully I'll catch you in the next one.